Hello and welcome to Faviola, the CEO Hustler, your business coach for aspiring interpreters and entrepreneurs. This is your go-to place to start and help you grow your career, your business, as well as your lifestyle. My name is Faviola Valencia and I am your host. Thank you so much for joining me. Hello, everyone. I hope you are all having an awesome day. Espero que todos estén disfrutando de su día. Well, just a quick note here. As you all may know, I am a professional Spanish interpreter. So I do a lot of interpreting at the courts, depositions, conferences. I work with schools, hospitals, and a lot of overall businesses. So I am fortunate enough to participate in a lot of assignments, or be part of assignments, I should say, where I'm, helping bridge the communication gap and providing interpretation services between businesses and individuals. So one of the things or the type of assignments that I've been handling for the past couple of months have been in relation to depositions, legal lawsuits. And so I just want to remind everyone, that I get it. We all want to have our own business. We all want to become entrepreneurs. We all want to, get ahead in life. But it's very, very important that you understand that, when you have a business, it can go either way. It can go great and it can go really, really bad. So for those of you that don't know me, again, I've been in business for over 18 years. I started my business from the ground up, literally from the ground up. And what that means is that I had no degree. I have no business experience other than helping my father with his business at a very young age, as well as working in management for other small businesses. So that is what I brought to the table when I started my own business. And so, going into the language industry, which was fairly new back in 2000, and when I mean fairly new, it was fairly new in my area here in Northern California. There wasn't a lot of agencies. So making sure that I understood the industry, making sure that I'm going in, that I was going to be able to provide and cater not only to my customers, but also to the non-English speakers was very, very important to me. Now, along the way, believe it or not, I'm guilty. I went through a lot of pains, a lot of heartaches and headaches with my business because, again, I didn't have that business experience. I didn't have a business coach. I didn't have somebody walking me through the processes and telling me, okay, this is what you need to do. This is not what you're supposed to do, etc. So, I learned it as I went along, and I learned a lot. I learned on things that I shouldn't do, that I shouldn't have done. And so I want to share a lot of that stuff with you. So for example, when I first started in 2000, I started off as a freelancer. And as a freelancer here in Sacramento, I live in the county versus the city of Sacramento. So the city, for my particular industry, was not requiring freelancers to obtain a business license. However, for the county, we were required to obtain a business license. And so just like any other industry, just like any other business, you're going to have certain people that are going to be jealous of you, or they're going to have this vendetta against you. So somebody reported me, bottom line. Somebody reported me. One day I got the county knocking on my door asking me for my business license. So unbeknownst to me, I thought, when I was researching, that I didn't need a business license because I had only looked in the city of Sacramento. So thank God, I didn't get penalized. They gave me a warning, so I went and obtained my business license. Now, also for as a freelancer, I didn't know that I had to obtain certain insurances. In my case, it would be errors and omissions because I deal with document translations as well as on-site interpretations. But also I needed to obtain liability insurance. But more importantly was that errors and omissions. So again, I had to learn the hard way and obtain that. So fast forward, when I converted from being a freelancer and I opened my corporation, I became CEO of my own business. There was other things that also came into place that, again, I was unaware of it. Because when you're looking online and you're looking at all these beautiful videos and pictures and people telling you, okay, do this, do that, in between the doing this and doing that, they're missing a lot of the key components, a lot of the pieces that are very, very important for you when you're starting and as you're growing your business. So as a CEO, again, and then incorporating or hiring employees, independent contractors, coaches, etc. I learned that I had to, get contracts for each department, procedures. There was just so much involved that it was, pretty hectic, pretty stressful. And as I grew and grew, because believe it or not, I didn't do a lot of marketing. So a lot of it was word of mouth. A lot of it was a lot of my business that came to me was just basically through referrals, which are great. Yeah, but my business just grew very, very fast. And just like many businesses, sometimes we're not prepared for it. And so back then, for my particular industry, we didn't have what I would call a scheduling database. So I consider myself pretty good when it comes to computers and technology. And so I'll figure it out. I'll find a way to learn certain things to help my business, to help others. And so I was able to implement and design my own scheduling system. But also, as I continue to grow and getting new contracts, it was one of those things where, when you're dealing with the state, the county, city, federal, and they give you or award you these contracts, those particular contracts have stipulations, have certain guidelines, have rules and regulations that you need to adhere to, that in return, you have to pass those same rules, regulations, stipulations, etc., down to your contractors, your subcontractors, your freelancers, employees, etc., in order for your business to work. Now, believe it or not, again, and I keep going back to my industry because I'm very familiar with my industry, is that a lot of the freelancers, a lot of interpreters don't understand. And, they want to make $10 versus $5, which is great. But you have to take into account that there's overhead. So the agency that's providing you the business, the agencies that's spending the money in marketing, sales, hiring employees, and doing all the legwork for you, they have to take a cut. So when you're trying to make all this money and complain about why you're making less than the company, you got to understand that aspect of business as well. So unless you're in business for yourself and until you start growing, then you're going to realize that, it's not easy peasy. The running a business, it takes more than what you see online. Because, yeah, I can, tell you, oh, yes, it's easy, it's beautiful, it's rewarding, blah, blah, blah. But I would be lying to you. Okay. Because nothing in this world is easy. Everything takes hard work, dedication, motivation. And at the end of the day, you got to love what you do in order for it to flourish, in order for it to grow. So, my point to this is, as an interpreter, again, I've been doing a lot of cases where I've been interpreting, and businesses, small businesses, are being sued, are in litigation for the simple fact that they didn't have a business license, or that they didn't have business insurance, or that they didn't have procedures in place. Or if you have employees that you're not adhering to the state and federal minimum wage policies, or that you're not providing them with their breaks or their lunches, or that if you're hiring freelancers, for example, that you don't have certain procedures or contracts in place. So they can turn around and say, you know what? Oh, well, I was their employee, even though you and them know and understand that when you guys entered that business relationship, it was on a freelance basis. But do you have anything in writing to prove that? And a lot of you don't. So please, please avoid the headaches and make sure that you have processes, procedures in place to protect you and your business, because it takes a lot of work to build a business, to grow a business, to have a business, for it to go down the drain for a simple mistake. So if you are in business and you are struggling with your business, or you don't know whether or not for your particular industry, if you have everything in place, hit me up. And what I mean by hit me up, I mean get in contact with me at www.faviola, Faviola, Valencia.com. That's www.faviolavalencia.com. Or you can visit me also at Elite Services, the number 4, YOU.com. That's Elite Services, the number 4, YOU.com. I'd be more than happy to chat with you. I do provide a lot of freebies, a lot of free information, guides, tips, content to help you as well as your business. I do a lot of webinar trainings, one-on-one phone calls, emails to help you. Because at the end of the day, if I'm able to help you, then you're going to be able to help yourself, help others. And in return, I'm hoping that you'll be able to refer people my way, because it's all about helping each other grow, helping each other's businesses, especially nowadays with everything being online and a lot of competition, etc. But there's room for all of us. So don't look at it as competition. Again, for every industry, for every person, there is room for us to grow. Okay. So again, if you're in business, avoid being sued and going to litigation because you failed to have certain things in place. Now, if you go onto my website, you'll be able to download some freebies. I have some checklists, step-by-step procedures as far as what you need to have in place to be able to start your business, and that's a freebie. Alrighty. Again, any questions that you may have, feel free to send me on a message, a recording through a podcast, and I will be more than happy to promote it on my site, as well as share it with our listeners. Nuevamente, para todos los que tienen pequeños negocios, que quieren comenzar su negocio o tal vez ya tienen su negocio, por favor les pido, este segmento es para hacerles a todos saber de que si tienen su propio negocio, que procuren por favor de tener todos los documentos, todas las cosas al margen, para evitar las demandas, para evitar litigios, porque muchas de las veces, desafortunadamente, especialmente en nuestra comunidad hispana, somos muy buenos para comenzar nuestros negocios, somos muy trabajadores, pero tenemos la costumbre de hacer las cosas a la mitad. A lo que me refiero es de que como ustedes saben, ¿verdad? Yo trabajo como intérprete. Muchas de las citas que yo hago son en los tribunales, son con demandas. Entonces, casi a diario veo que pequeños negocios están siendo demandados por el simple hecho de que no tenían sus licencias para su empresa, que no tenían procedimientos para su negocio, que no tenían seguro y simples cosas que ustedes pueden obtener antes o durante su aventura empresarial para evitar de que alguien los demande. Así es de que si usted no sabe si tiene todos sus documentos o si tiene todos sus procedimientos al corriente, por favor comuníquese conmigo. Mi nombre nuevamente es Faviola Valencia y puede ingresar a mi página de web, sitio web, que es www.faviolavalencia.com. Es faviolaValencia.com. Usted se puede comunicar conmigo. Hay que hablar un poquito para ver si usted tiene todo lo que se requiere para conducir su negocio y evitar demandas y litigios. Así es de que manténgase sintonado aquí con mi programa y espero poderles proporcionar con más información gratuitamente para todos los pequeños negocios y espero que tengan todos un buen día y espero que esta información les haya ayudado. Hasta luego. Thank you, everybody. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hope to have you guys here soon.